Hey, so now let's jump into the chat room and see how I went around prompting and how I went around development of the website. Okay, so first thing, as I told, this is not a PRD, this is not even a product note. Okay, this was just a brief document. So, yeah, I mentioned my tech stack here, what tech stack I want. Project summary, I mentioned the three things which I wanted: landing page, the UI, how it should be very brief. It's like one document only, okay, 40 lines. So I told him not to code, just mention any recommendations. Okay, so it understood a text tag, it gave me a summary. So I understood, okay, Claude has understood my requirements and we can proceed ahead. So I told him, first of all, I'm a newbie developer, so might have to take me step by step. Okay, so it gave me a basic matlab how I went around installing this. So it told me, right, for setting up the project you have to do this, then you have to do this, then you have to install these dependencies. So I have to not do anything and I do not even have to understand it. Okay, I have to just copy and paste it in my code. So VS code is something that I used. Npm run dev. Okay, this is a command. So I told him, okay, I did not want it to use TypeScript, I wanted to use JavaScript. So I told him I'll be using JavaScript. We can proceed to the next step. So as per my documentation and as per my requirement, it gave me a structure. Okay, so how these are the code files actually. So yeah, it gave me a structure here. Main pages, what will be page.js, create room page.js, make my weekend page.js. So yeah, these were the components actually. So it recommended me the components. It even explained me a briefing what each component will do. So after this slide, I had a clarity around what each of my component, what each of my page is going to do. Okay, then it has given me here in this file copy paste this code, in this file copy paste this code. So every file it has mentioned what I need to do. So what did I do? As per this I created the files, as per this I copy pasted the code. I knew this, but since if anyone does not know, you should basically open Next.js document and just read. Okay, like export. What does export does? Export means actually exporting this component to some other file. So as you are coding, you should briefly read it. It will give you a top idea around what each like syntax means. Okay, so yeah, that was it. Now I told, okay, I've done this, let's proceed ahead. So greeting card, since we have basic structure ready, let's start with the page. So landing page with the greeting card. So landing page was something I started with. Then I was not much happy with the UI, so this was the UI it gave me. So good thing about Claude is you can see development side by side preview, and you can see the code also side by side. So I just copy pasted the code. I could preview my code. Then I was like not happy with this UI, so I told like make the UI more better, have some animations. So it gave me more recommendation. Moment I got some error, I copy pasted the error and pasted it here. Then it gave me some recommendations. Good work. Let the landing page be full. Okay, so of animations. So it gave me a better animation. So I told, right, create my card should be a CTA. Upon clicking on that CTA, the page should go down. Okay, I mentioned it. Then I of taking input from that Claude. So then I prompted him that I should, this was the basic homepage, and I told him now let's go around building the functionality wherein an input is taken, Claude consumes the input and develops me a greeting card. Okay, so yeah, this is how it gave me a Claude API integration. Okay, so here it has mentioned clearly that I need to mention the Claude API key. So yeah, where should card generate code be pasted? Okay, so card generate code be pasted. I did not understand actually, so they has given me this card generate code and I could not understand because it, I think it did not mention which file it had to be pasted. So that noob I was while developing this, so it mentioned me, okay, this is the page that you need to paste it. So I understood it, I pasted the code. Then yeah, he gave me some recommendations. So this is how he recommended. Okay, here this is the copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, copy this component. So that's why understanding is very important. If you blindly just copy paste entire files, you won't even be follow these simple commands, and you will ask him like give me the entire documents. Okay, so I understood what he meant actually. Export, I had to just copy this component and paste it in another page, such as separate components are created. Error I faced, again I gave him, then again he gave me a response. Error I faced, again it gave me a solution around it. So this was something around Claude API was not working, environment variable had to be set up. Again I got this error. I gave him. Then he told me here your environment file was not set up correctly, so I had to take this, I had to put the Claude API here, API key. So yeah, then it started to work, and I started to get a message in this format. Then I told him this looks so ugly, it should be in proper greeting card, why was the background not updated? So yeah, then it installed some libraries for development actually. Again I faced some error. I prompted him not changing the background of the image. So yeah, it's a QA actually. Matlab, once you take the code, once you paste it, it's just QA prompting and making it better. So yeah, I told him make this proper. Still not proper. How formatting has been done. So yeah, it even gave me a prompt actually. Okay, I did some modifications around this prompt for better greetings. But yeah, it even gave me a good prompt which I could use. So yeah, then it changed to something like this. And yeah, I don't want this dark and light background, it should be as per the theme. Yeah, so I gave it prompts, give error came. Then yeah, API, I had to fix this. Then yeah, next step was to take it to Vercel. Okay, I wanted to deploy this on Vercel actually. So do I need to install Vercel packages? So it gave me recommendations of these were the Vercel packages I had to install. So one part of the, so once this everything was done, okay, I had my greeting card ready. So I told him, okay, one part is done, homepage and greeting card set up on GitHub and Vercel. Now let's start working on other parts of PRD. So yeah, post this, I was able to understand here what to do on GitHub and what to do on Vercel. So what I did smartly, since with experience I understood here, these are setup related things. Setting up GitHub and setting up Vercel are setup related things, and I should not let this text take up space in my this chat room. So I opened a different window and tried to set up GitHub there and Vercel there. Okay, I had GitHub little idea I had, but Vercel I had no idea how to get the setup done. So I just prompted GPT like Claude that this is the first time I'm doing the setup, how to do it step by step. It told me the steps. Okay, then I told let's set up Vercel login. So this was my second step. So greeting card is done, home page is done. Now I have to set up authentication. So it told me install these dependencies. Then it told me like these are the environments, these are the variables which you should get. Then it asked me do you want help with this and all. First only I got an error, so I run this. Again it told me to install some dependencies, fix it. Okay, so yeah, the setup I was able to do. Navbar is not visible on homepage. Now something has gone wrong. Okay, great work with the login part. Now let's start building on create room functionality. Okay, so now we have two parts of the project done. Greeting card is set up, authentication is being working. So I told him now this was, I thought this could be slightly complex for AI creating a room functionality. So PRD, I'd ask him to go over my PRD again. Be smart on the admin right routing of the URL. So these are some of the pointers which I wanted. Asking username before room, sticky notes, and being able to type in those. Okay, so yeah, it gave me beautiful code actually. Create room page, API routes room page. Let's set up the database next. The next thing which I realized, okay, once this was done, if you are writing any text on the room, it has that name, that text has to go in the DB. If you are using authentication, the text must go into the DB. If you are inviting users, the email IDs must go into some DB, right? So then I understood from this कि यार ये करना है, तो I need some DB for this. Okay, next steps you will do was set up a database to store room notes at real time. So यहाँ से मुझे समझ आ गया कि यार next step I need to do is set up DB. So let's set up DB. So I had no preference for DB actually. So Claude only recommended me what DB I should use. It gave me a schema, database, API routes. So yeah, again I had to do this setup. Then again when I went to the Vercel, 3 options ahead. So it recommended me what is good and what is not. Okay, so I thought right neon was the right recommendation here. Okay, I went ahead with the intuition of Claude. Then I went to some errors I was facing continuously. Matlab this DB was not being linked actually. Matlab, and it was my first time working with this actually Vercel and its DB. So Neon I had never worked with earlier. I have been mostly been working with Mongo. So yeah, this was error. Continuously I was facing error. This was again related to environment setup actually. So yeah, again I had to prompt it, fix it. Again it was a struggle actually. It took a lot of prompts for me to link the DB. Okay. Looks like there's some issue, different package. Issue is different. It's not related to the this actual libraries actually. So I thought okay. Then it gave me some recommendation. The username is already, please choose. Again, this was not yet fixed. Not yet fixed. Then again here I deleted all the environment variables, set it up again. Here again I had to refer Stack Overflow for a bit because it was not GPT was not able to, Claude was not able to figure out how to solve this problem. Okay, it took a lot of prompts. So this was another problem which I faced actually, setting up the DB. Took a lot of prompts. I'm sorry guys. So yeah, I just could not do it. So finally, somehow with the help of Claude and with the help of Stack Overflow, I was able to get it. So I prompted it. Good work, DB is there now, but lots of improvement required to get create room to a decent stage. So the room should be as per the theme. The birthday room should have happy birthday as a heading. Add note functionality is good, but on clicking the screen should not be added. The text written should be inside the note. The sticky note should be draggable. So one problem I did was my documentation was not clear. Okay, so even Claude had no idea what was the requirement in the create room. So I prompted it here. I think having it in the documentation would save me from this BT. Okay, so here is my theme I got installed. Okay, React draggable was installed, packages were installed, the route was there here. Okay, fixed room component, add note is dot defined, so notes were defined here. Again errors I faced. Great work, now let's make it better. Room can be created. Then I thought, okay, now I need to bring authentication into this. Okay, so room auth can be created only by logged in user. Add note, edit access is available only to the admin and the email accounts which are added by the admin. Remove add email from the create room. In the room, only give the admins and whatever users are added by the admins a function to invite and share access. Okay, the room can be viewed by anyone but cannot edit or add the text, right? So this was something around authentication. Now I have to merge authentication with my room here. So yeah, it gave me the code where to add invite users component. So it gave me a invite users component actually. Again, I had no clue like where this component needs to be added. So I asked him shamelessly, where do I add this component? So it recommended here inside the room component, it told me. So yeah, one of the things that I did was my room component is very big actually. I should have created separate components for invite notes, but I did not. I just copy pasted all the code inside the room component only. Still, I am asked to log in while visiting the room. Should I be able to view room without login access? Right? Fix this. So particularly coding, you have to need very good with QA actually while this. So you need to just test whatever goes live in production, and you need to give feedback for the right prompting. Better styling, good looking. Okay, looking weird. Again, error message was faced. I will enhance the UI, maintaining the structure and functionality. Here alignment is proper. Then I realized, okay, so this was hosted on Vercel. I passed the link on my mobile actually. Then afterwards I realized, yeah, this is not mobile friendly. Need to make entire website mobile friendly. So I asked, should we go component by component? I thought, matlab, AI won't be able to give me the entire file and change to UI friendly. So I thought, okay, let's go component by component. So navbar became UI friendly. Then landing page became mobile friendly. Landscape mode, yeah, okay. So in mobile view, room was a major problem which I faced. Okay, so my first thought was mobile view landscape should be the view, but it was not very much user friendly. Expected this must be caused by accidental early statement. Okay, this is my current code. Please fix and provide full code again, because I had no idea how to fix this, how to make it UI friendly, right? I did not know how can I create this user friendly actually. So mobile friendly, it was not getting generated only. Make the page mobile friendly, landscape mode. Here is where I struggled a lot. A lot means a lot. give me one code file. I won't be able to merge this code. So it started to give me some random codes, and I was not able to understand where to and what to place actually, and I was even irritated with it. So yeah, yes, complete file I wanted. So it gave me the complete file. I copy pasted it. This was how the output was looking actually. The mobile, it was working, it was breaking on web then. Okay, so yeah, this was how it was working, and it just did not fix. Okay, matlab it was just not fixing on mobile. You horizontal scroll the entire, and my most of the time got wasted here only actually. On laptop dash scroll not required, component is very big, you scroll. The scroll must be on entire page, not the inner component. Matlab this mobile and web UI was not getting fixed or not working as expected. Try to understand. Okay, this is how it was working the whole time. It was just not working. This code must be mobile. Remove the scroll. Okay, not working, not working. So this is how much I struggled with the making the component UI friendly actually, bootstrapping the components. It was not at all working. So yeah, then finally I got tired. I went over the chat, I went over the Stack Overflow, I understood some things. I made code, I changed the code as per Stack Overflow recommendation. Finally recommended something to him, and the scroll was working fine now. Okay, so that's how I closed this problem. I needed a chatting space actually here, but there was no chat space available. But somehow then it started to work actually. So then I wanted to integrate Mixpanel. So this is how I begin Mixpanel integration. Mixpanel was integrated. I understood how to initiate Mixpanel. Then I understood, like, it gave me one example how to initiate a Mixpanel event actually, how to trigger a Mixpanel event. So I understood it. So once I understood, okay, I understood this is a function. When you will click on this, this will be triggered. So once I understood how it is triggered, now I myself can add any Mixpanel event here and trigger it wherever I wanted. Yeah, so that was the entire project actually, setting the Mixpanel. Then there were a lot of events. I tracked down the Mixpanel events for all the product metrics which I want to track. So yeah, that was the entire project.